It was just after 9 p.m. in downtown Los Angeles. The kind of night where the streets feel colder than the forecast, and the city's lights seem to shine only for the people who can afford to be seen. A young mother, maybe 28, no more, sat in the front seat of an old Honda Civic, parked just outside a grocery store. Her name was Rachel, and her baby, barely 6 months old, was bundled in a threadbare blanket in the back seat. The windows were fogged, the interior was cluttered with baby bottles, a cracked car seat, and a few grocery bags holding everything she owned. She hadn't eaten all day. She'd spent the last of her cash on formula and diapers. And as much as she hated it, tonight, she had to ask for help. She sat silently in the parking lot, practicing what she'd say to strangers. "I'm sorry to bother you. I just need food for my baby." But when she stepped out of the car, every face she turned to looked away. Some pretended to be on their phones. Others just sped up their walk. No one asked her name. No one looked her in the eye. And then, a black SUV pulled into the parking lot. The engine cut off. The door opened. She barely noticed. Just another guy in a hoodie and ball cap. He looked like he didn't want attention. She didn't recognize him. But he noticed her. He noticed the worn-out shoes. The slight tremble in her hands. The way she shifted her body in front of the baby car seat like a human shield. He stood by his car for a few seconds, just watching. Then he walked past her. Quiet. Calm. Almost like everyone else. Except, he stopped at the store entrance. And turned back. That's when she heard it. "You okay?" She hesitated. People asked that sometimes, but they didn't wait for the answer. So she just nodded, even though her eyes were already filling. But he didn't walk away. "Got a little one with you?" he asked, glancing toward the back seat. She nodded again, barely whispering. "Yeah, she's 6 months." That's when he walked back toward her car. Slowly. No sudden moves. No pity in his face, just a calm, firm presence. He crouched near the window, looking in. Then he did something unexpected. He opened the back door, carefully, and reached for the baby's blanket. The mother flinched. But he just tucked it gently around the baby's legs, like he'd done it 1,000 times before. "You can't keep her in here overnight," he said quietly. "Not like this." Rachel finally looked up. Her voice broke. "I don't have a choice." He didn't ask for details. He didn't ask what went wrong. No judgment. Just a long pause, then a question. "Do you trust me?" She didn't answer. How could she? She didn't even know who this man was. Until another man walked out of the store, spotted him, and whispered under his breath, "Is that Jason Statham?" Rachel blinked. Jason Statham? The actor? The guy from the action movies? He noticed the recognition in her eyes, and gave a faint smile. "Yeah. That's me. But that's not important right now." He took out his phone, called someone, and within 5 minutes, a second car pulled up, a black Mercedes, with a woman in her late 40s behind the wheel. Jason leaned in and said to the mother, "Her name's Lorna. She runs a safe housing project just outside the city. She's helped women like you get back on their feet. Real help. Not temporary." Rachel hesitated. "I can't just leave my car." Jason stepped back and looked at the beat-up Civic. "Leave it. I'll take care of it." The woman named Lorna stepped out, walked up slowly, and introduced herself. She didn't say she worked at a shelter. She didn't use words like charity. She spoke to Rachel like a peer. Like a sister. And that's when Rachel finally broke. She nodded, tears falling fast now. She reached into the car and gently lifted her baby. Jason opened the passenger door of the Mercedes himself. Helped her inside. No camera. No photos. No social media posts. Just a quiet goodbye. But he wasn't done. A week later, Rachel woke up in a real bed for the first time in months. Her daughter had her own crib. Clean bottles. Fresh clothes. A volunteer had helped her find part-time work at a local bakery. And that old Honda? It was gone. In its place, parked right outside the housing center, was a gently used Toyota SUV with a full tank and a note tucked under the windshield wiper. Don't give up. You're already stronger than most. Jay. She never saw him again. But every time she buckled her daughter into that new car seat, every time she watched her little girl laugh in a real home, she remembered the man who didn't just see her, he believed in her. Jason Statham didn't do it for attention. He didn't do it for a headline. He did it because, sometimes, the quietest acts of kindness echo the loudest. And in a city full of people who walked by, he stopped.